I've seen properties with hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage that happened because of issues that could have been avoided, quite frankly. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how to take care of your investment in Florida property. And Florida has some unique characteristics that other places around the United States of America do not have. And so I've been here for a little over 18 years at this point. I've been in real estate that long as well here, and I have seen some things. So we're going to help you avoid those issues. We're going to go through the common pitfalls that people have, and we're going to give you productive tips that can help you make sure that you don't run into one of these traps that can happen by owning a home in Florida. Now we're going to talk a lot about maintenance, and a lot of the factors here circle around the fact that Florida is a very warm climate. It's also a very wet climate. So what happens a lot of times is that we have owners who come down, they're called our snowbirds, and they're in town for approximately 6 months out of the year. They come down during our winter months when things are very dry, arid, very moderate when it comes to temperature, and then they go back up north when things get hot and humid and storm season here in Florida. The challenge with that is a lot of times these people will leave their properties for 6+ months and they don't, they're just not, they don't come down and they don't check on it again until they come back into town. Well, here are a few things that we need to look out for. Here are a few things that we need to do. Number one, we're going to talk about the air conditioning. Because of the heat and humidity that are in Florida, mold can be a very big issue, and it only takes a matter of days from the start of a problem before mold can start to form, and then it can grow rampant here. So we want to make sure that we don't have these issues. Now, air conditioning is a huge component in this. So we've seen a lot of issues around air conditioning. The biggest one that we see is when a condensation line backs up in an air conditioner and then that water leaks into the property. Now, here in Florida, the air handler, this is the unit typically on the inside of the home, can be in a few different locations. Some of them are located in a garage, some of them are located in a closet in your home, some of them are located in the attic. Mine personally, located in the attic. The attic can get very warm, very hot, and if that condensate line, so all air conditioners need to take water and get them out of the home, if that line gets backed up with any junks or reptiles or anything, water is going to back up into the system. Now, your air conditioner should have an overflow sensor that if that backs up, that it cuts off the power to your entire air conditioning system so it does not continue to produce more of that condensation and then further back up the line and cause a huge flood. Now, here's the reality. Not all older systems have that. It is a requirement by code that new systems have to have that the water backup sensor, but the older systems do not, and on occasion these sensors do fault. They do not actually work out how they're supposed to. But you're also supposed to have an emergency drain pan under it, and then that could still back up beyond that. So on this problem alone, we have seen clients spend tens of thousands of dollars of damage on their own units, and heaven forbid that they are in a 4th-story condo and then the units below them also flood out because of this issue not being caught over time. So what do we do about this? You need to have your air conditioning system, your HVAC system, on a 6-month recurring maintenance with an HVAC professional. That is very important because they'll suck out that line, make sure that you don't have that issue, and make sure that the system is functioning properly. Because if the system is not functioning properly, that's when we can really get into some mold issues. Now, some other things that we typically see around HVAC systems is sometimes people will turn their thermostat. There are 3 settings, and it's either on, off, or auto. And you would think that on would be a good scenario for being in Florida. Actually, on is the worst possible setting that you could have in the state of Florida, because what happens is even if the system is not running to cool the property, there's a fan that's going that introduces a ton of humidity to your property. And so you would be better off in off situation than you would on. So auto is the correct setting on the thermostat so that you can make sure that it's reducing the humidity inside of the property, because that is the primary goal of the air conditioning in Florida, is to reduce the humidity. Now, that being said, you never want the humidity to be over 50% inside of the property. That's an environment where it certainly introduces the idea of mold being able to grow and cause a lot of problems for you. So that's the most important component. I get asked all the time, like, what temperature should I set my thermostat at? And generally speaking, that's in like the high 70s-ish. But what's more important is that the humidity level stays below 50% inside your property. That's what needs to be monitored to make sure that that is the case. So I want to make sure you're covered from that perspective. That's a really big deal. Now, next on the list, a lot of times people will not be aware of a very small roof leak. This is something that you want to check for quite frequently. Most of the time when people live in homes, they kind of just, stay eye level or lower. But it's a good idea to walk around your property with your eyes up. We want to look at the ceiling, see if you see any water spots anywhere. If you see a small water spot, that's an indication that you might have a bigger issue at the roof that needs to be taken care of, because a roof leak that goes for a long period of time without being checked, that's going to cause a lot of issues, whether that's ceilings falling through or mold. You don't want any of that. Now, along with that roof check, it's a good idea to also check your downspouts and your gutters to make sure those are clear of any debris, because those can be the cause of some of the roof leaks. I see time and time again the downspouts that come off the home, they're smashed down into a pancake because the lawn care guys ran over them with the lawnmower, and then what happens is the water can't get out, it backs up, and it causes issues for you as far as the roof not being able to get rid of and shed all of the water that comes in our strong thunderstorms here in Florida. So we want to make sure that the gutters are clear, downspouts are good. That's a huge thumbs up. All right, next on our list, we want to make sure that the window seals are good and the door seals are good. You can generally tell if there's any gaps because you'll see either a lot of bugs can get in, you'll see some dirt around there, or you can see daylight out of some of the seals if they're bad enough. So you want to make sure that those are sealed up. That can help prevent any pests from getting in, and also make sure that we don't have any water intrusion issues if we're not around, or if we are around. Okay, this next one is an interesting one. It's a home maintenance issue that I think really exists everywhere, but I see a lot of this go unchecked in Florida because, well, let's just say what it is. In terms of vegetation growing near your home, that's a big no-no. We don't want that to happen. We want vegetation at least 3 feet away from the home, especially when it's coming over your roof line. What happens a lot of times is people have palm trees or they have banana plants and they put them right against the home, and then all of a sudden it creates a super highway for some, we'll call it unwanted guests. So, it could be raccoons or palmetto rats or other things that we just don't want in the home. So make sure that you clear all the vegetation away from the walls and the roof line of your home, so you can avoid that altogether. All right, next thing on our list, it's not going to cause any major structural damage or anything to your home, but many of the homes that we have here also have pools attached to them. It's a good idea to have weekly pool maintenance. Generally speaking, that's anywhere from $90 to $130, $140 per month, to have somebody come every single week, check the chemicals, skim, vacuum, do everything that needs to be done to keep your pool in perfect health. But if you don't do that and you do it yourself and you go away, that could be a real problem if the equipment fails, and you could have a situation where the pool turns green. Yeah, bacteria, wildlife, all the bad things that could happen. You don't want to get into that situation. So just make sure you check your pool equipment and make sure that it's being properly maintained. Now, here's my final word of caution. It's a really good idea that if you are traveling for an extended period of time, or you leave your Florida home for an extended period of time, to have somebody take care of your home for you. Generally speaking, there are a lot of home watch options that are out there, and it's best to talk to neighbors, quite frankly. I mean, I'm in the real estate business and I still think it's best to talk to neighbors about it because there's usually one or two people or one or two companies in the neighborhood who do home watch, and they do that on a mass scale in a very local area so they can do it at a very affordable price. That's a really good idea if you're going to be gone for an extended period of time, to have somebody come in the home, flush the toilets, check for any kind of leaks anywhere every week or two while you are away. That investment is highly worth it. I highly recommend it. And if you have any other tips, please make sure to comment below. This was not an all-inclusive tip, but these are the biggest things that we see that have happened that go wrong when it comes to owning Florida real estate. As always, thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate you. You have a blessed day and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.